I'm Ricardo Gonzalez, and today we're going to talk about everything you want to know about nocturia, or waking up at night to urinate. Nocturia is the act of waking up at night to urinate. Now, this can be common if you drink a lot of fluids before you get in the bed, but really, if you're limiting your fluids 2 hours before bedtime and you're waking up 2 or more times a night, it can pose a problem. Nocturia more than twice a night as you age is associated with two things. One is increased fall risk and fracture if you fall as you age. The second thing can be mild cognitive impairment or dementia as you age. If you are a pilot, an astronaut, a surgeon, if someone's lives depend on you because of your activity during the day and you wake up more than twice a night, we have to ground you from those activities because they can affect your ability to perform the following day. If you are retired, it might not matter as much, but still we'd like to prevent dementia and like to prevent falls. There's a way to measure urine output and keep avoiding diary, or what's called a frequency volume chart, to help you determine if you have nocturnal polyuria. If you monitor how much you urinate each time and keep a log so that you can divide a 24-hour period of urine output into daytime hours and then sleeping hours, if you make more than a third of your urine output, so more than 33% of your 24-hour urine output is made during the sleeping hours, that's the official definition of nocturnal polyuria. Waking up at night to urinate can be caused by various factors. Often in men, the prostate gets blamed, but this can also happen in women who don't have prostates. So let's talk about some of the causes that are not prostate specific. When you wake up at night to urinate, it's important to know if it's similar to the daytime urinations. Some people don't urinate very much during the day. They might urinate 2 or 3 times in the day, maybe spaced apart every 3 to 4 hours. And then they go to sleep and they're urinating every 1 to 2 hours with volumes that seem a lot more than they do during the day. Usually that's caused by something called nocturnal polyuria, which is the production of urine at night. Now, the body just doesn't do this for no reason. It can either be that you're drinking too much before bedtime, but as I mentioned earlier, you really want to limit fluids 2 hours before you go to bed. Some serious medical conditions that can cause nocturnal polyuria include obstructive sleep apnea. So if you snore at night or you're a little overweight and your body makes this noise, which is snoring, or you stop breathing at night, the absence of oxygen called hypoxia and the changes in the pressure in your chest make your heart make a substance called ANP, or atrial natriuretic peptide. That causes you to produce more urine at night. And what happens when you make more urine at night? You wake up and you take a breath. So it's a way maybe that your body's trying to get you to wake up at night and not suffocate. So obstructive sleep apnea is a very, very common cause of nocturnal polyuria. If you suffer from heart disease or heart failure, and perhaps maybe your legs swell during the night, that too can cause nocturnal polyuria for different reasons. So if your legs are swollen with fluids and at night you lift your legs at night, well then your heart and your kidneys sees that fluid, and it's almost like getting an IV transfusion. You're going to spend all night peeing out the urine that accumulated in the dependent portions in your legs at night. And so in cases like that, we want to work on treating the edema. You want to work with your cardiologist or general physician and working on removing that excess fluid from your legs or wherever it's getting stored so that you're not up all night urinating. Ways to do that and to help remove some of that excess fluid is either with the use of water pills, maybe compression hose in the legs that are applied in the morning before the legs start to swell. And the third way is leg elevation 2 hours before bedtime. So at night, perhaps before you go to bed, raise the legs above the level of the heart. Maybe read or watch TV while the legs are elevated. Use the restroom several times to get that fluid out of the system, and then go to bed. A more common type of nocturia is when you're going to the bathroom for volumes that are either the same or smaller than what you do during the day, and you also have daytime symptoms. So if you have nocturia and you're waking up 3 times a night, but you get up and you go to the bathroom and the amount doesn't seem like that much, that could be related to conditions such as overactive bladder and benign prostate enlargement like BPH. To treat nocturia, that is not high volume and not nocturnal polyuria, we treat the underlying conditions. So if you have overactive bladder, we work on that. If you have an enlarged prostate, well, we have treatments for that as well. People who have nocturia and also have daytime symptoms like frequency, urgency, or like maybe even urge incontinence and leakage on the way to the bathroom, you have to treat that underlying condition to treat the nocturia. So if it's overactive bladder, we treat that. If it's benign prostate enlargement, we treat that. In summary, waking up at night is not good for your health as you age. You want to at least limit fluids 2 hours before bedtime, which means if you go to bed at 10 p.m., stop drinking fluids at 8 p.m. If you have nocturia and you also have daytime bother, it's important for you to see a urologist because you might have overactive bladder or BPH contributing to those symptoms. If you have nocturnal polyuria, which is making a lot of urine at night, or more than 33% of your 24-hour volume, then that could imply something a little more serious, like untreated sleep apnea, heart failure, or peripheral edema. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this video session on everything you want to know about nocturia helpful.